Hi, everyone. Welcome to Caregiver Solutions. My name is Dana Cameron. I am the Client Services Manager here at Vantage Aging. Today we have Catherine Britton, Service Representative with the Veteran Service Commission of Stark County, with us to discuss their services. Catherine served in the United States Air Force from 1990 to 1994. She proudly served with the 18th Fighter Maintenance Squadron, Kadena Air Base, Okinawa, 1991 to 1993. Catherine's son is a veteran of the United States Navy. Catherine has served with the VSC-SC team since July 2016. Catherine is accredited with the Ohio Department of Veteran Services, National Association of County Veterans Service Officers, American Legion, Disabled American Veterans, and Veterans of Foreign Wars. At the Veteran Service Commission of Stark County, there are three pillars of service: benefits assistance, financial assistance, and medical transportation assistance. It is a county organization and all services are free of charge to veterans and their dependents. VSCSC assists veterans and dependents with getting connected to VA benefits they may be eligible for by advocating on their behalf. Welcome, Catherine.
Hi, Dana. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
So I'm Catherine Britton. I am a service representative and county veteran service officer here at the Veteran Service Commission of Stark County. And today I'm going to talk to you about some benefits and services regarding elder veterans, veteran spouses, and surviving spouses. So in Ohio, there are 681,106 veterans. That's the whole state of Ohio. We are, according to fiscal year 2023 data, the sixth largest veteran populated state. Ohio has a really long-standing support of the men and women who have served in the armed forces. In Stark County, we have 23,083 veterans. That makes us the seventh largest county in Ohio. We were sixth in fiscal year 2022, so we lost 1,618 comrades. Ohio is one of the only few states that provides comprehensive support services to its veterans, and we are the only state that has a Veteran Service Commission in every county of the state. That is a law here in Ohio that other states don't have. Veteran Service Commissions in Ohio, according to Ohio Revised Code 5901, have to provide three pillars of service: financial assistance, VA medical transportation, and service officer assistance. So let's start with the founding pillar of service, the Financial Assistance Program. The Financial Assistance Program supports veterans and surviving spouses that are facing financial challenges. Assistance can include things like rent, mortgage, utilities, clothing, groceries, cleaning supplies, personal hygiene, car repairs, home repairs. We also have something that is very needed in the veteran population. We do have a dental program here at the Veteran Service Commission of Stark County. And the Veteran Service Commission of Stark County, with this dental program, we provide assistance with things like root canals, crowns, bridges, even dentures, full and partial. You do have to be a resident of Stark County for this particular program. We are also required to have transportation program with the state of Ohio, and our transportation program includes VA medical transportation appointments. So if you have a VA medical appointment or a outsourced medical appointment from the VA, then we can transport you. This is done on a first come, first served basis. So as soon as you have an appointment, call our transportation department and get scheduled, because the slots go fast. Caregivers can also go with veterans. They don't have to go alone. We also have partnered with Honor Flight to provide transportation for the Honor Flight program. So if a veteran has signed up for this program and they do not have transportation to and from the airport, we will be honored to provide this service. That's Cleveland, Columbus, whatever airport they need to go to. So now we're going to talk about the service department. This is my department. I'm a little bit more knowledgeable maybe about this one. So in our service department, we are nationally and state accredited county veteran service officers and benefits advocate, and we are certified with Department of Veterans Affairs. And we advocate on behalf of claimants, veterans, their spouses, their children, their surviving spouses, even parents, and assist them with filing for federal and state benefits with Department of Veterans Affairs and the state of Ohio. There is never any charge for our advocacy. These are some of the benefits that we can assist with. We can help you file for compensation or pension, or assist you with your home loan guarantee, survivor's benefits, guide you with your education benefits. So we're going to talk about VA healthcare next. So what care and services does VA healthcare cover? Well, they cover a lot of things, actually, more I think than people know. Yeah, they treat illnesses and injuries. You have preventative care. You get the ability to improve your ability to function, enhance your quality of life. Veterans do receive care for most care and services, but only some qualify for certain benefits like dental care. The full list of your coverage, I'm sorry. The full list of your covered benefits depends on your priority group. Priority group is based on your military service history, your disability rating, and your income level, and whether or not you qualify for Medicaid. The advice of VA primary care provider also can dictate what kind of benefits you're eligible for at the VA, and medical standards for treating any health conditions the veteran may have. For example, if you have to have uh, a dental clearing before you have surgery, then you may get dental for that particular item. Geriatrics and extended care, homemaker and home health aide care. I don't think a lot of veterans know about this. The VA has a program. A homemaker or home health aide is a trained person who can come to a veteran's home and help the veteran take care of themselves and their daily activities. This helps them stay in their home longer, and this is not based on age. These homemakers and health aides are not nurses, but they are supervised by a registered nurse who will assess the veteran's daily living needs. Homemaker home health aides work for an organization that is contracted with the VA. So they don't work at the VA sends them from the own agency. So these are some of the services they assist with. If you need help with your activities of daily living, like eating, getting dressed, personal grooming, bathing, using the bathroom, moving from one place to another, and grocery shopping, the services continue for as long as the veteran needs that extra help with their daily activities. The veteran must be eligible for community care and meet clinical criteria for the services, but once they're in, they're in. Adult day health care, a program that supports veterans during the day to attend social activities, peer support, companionship, and recreation. This program is for veterans who need assistance with activities of daily living, are isolated, or their caregiver is experiencing burden. Adult day healthcare can be used in combination with other home and community-based services. So you don't just get one or the other. If you're eligible for more than one, you can get those services. All VHA enrolled veterans are eligible for the adult day health care if they are eligible for community care and meet the clinical criteria for the service, and it is available. This program is provided at VA medical centers, but it also can be at a state veterans home or a community organization. What is VA pension? So VA pension is a supplemental income benefit that is only for wartime veterans. You do only have to have 1 day of wartime, but you do have to have wartime service with limited income, and you're facing financial challenges as a result of unemployability due to disability or age. And then there is enhanced or special monthly pension of aid in attendance or housebound. So veterans and survivors who are eligible for a pension and they require the aid and attendance of another person or are housebound may be eligible for additional monetary payment. If you're not eligible for pension, you're not eligible for aid and attendance or housebound. But if you are eligible for a pension and the aid and attendance, then it's a extra monetary amount every month, depending on what level you're at. The VA also does provide long-term care services such as nursing homes, physical therapy, nursing and medical care, comfort care, and support for caregivers. Some of this is run by the VA, some is run by state or community organizations, but the VA does inspect and approve. Care settings may also include nursing homes, assisted living centers, private homes, adult day health centers, and veterans' own homes. A lot of options there for long-term care. I believe the VA really does want the veteran to have the best situation that suits that veteran. Medical foster homes. This is a new program with the VA, and the veteran actually moves in with a person and their family, and that person takes care of them, and they supervise them 24/7. It's in a private home. They help them with their daily activities, bathing, dressing, making meals. They do some nursing assistance. They provide all meals, and they plan recreational and social activities. And this does give some peace of mind to caregivers, and it is a place to enjoy spending time with the veteran. And this is a new program, but what I've seen about it has been really cool is that the people that are providing the medical foster homes, they make that veteran just a part of their family. You know, it's I think it's really going to be a successful program. So the VA has provided this website so that you can look for contracted facilities near the veteran. It includes their ratings and specifications, quality measures for short stay and long stay, and staffing measures for RN hours per resident and total nursing hours per resident day. So that is accesstocare.va.gov/CNH/state map. And it's a good resource to know what's available near you. And the VA does go in and inspect these places if it's not VA run, quite a bit. Survivor's pension is a supplemental income benefit afforded to a surviving spouse of a wartime veteran with limited income. Survivors do not have to have that disability due to age or disability. Well, I said that wrong. For a survivor, it can just be based on income. The veteran does have to have that 1 day of wartime service. Dependency and indemnity compensation, or what we call DIC, is a monthly tax-free benefit to surviving dependents of a veteran whose death was related to their military service or a service-connected condition. This one is not income-based. You do not have to have wartime service. This is just whatever happened to that veteran was related to their service in some way or another. The PACT Act has also opened up even more DIC claims for survivors. So I do encourage any survivors, if they applied a long time ago, it's never going to hurt to see if eligibility has opened up for them. So VA Life, they've just recently changed this. So now if you are age 80 or younger, you're eligible to apply for VA life insurance as long as you have a service-connected disability, even if it is only at 0%. And there's no time limit to apply. If you're age 81 or older, though, you do have to have turned in your application for benefits before you turned 81. And you receive the rating after you're turned 81. And you have to apply within 2 years of getting that service connection. So 81 or older is a little different as far as eligibility is concerned. The VA has a lot of burial and memorial programs. You can have burial at a national cemetery. That does include dependents can be placed there with the veteran. military funeral honors, burial flags, presidential memorial certificates, headstones, markers, and medallions. And some veterans are eligible for burial allowances. The VA has just recently offered urns as well. Instead of a headstone or marker, you can get an urn from the VA. Service-connected compensation. So there are 5 ways of being eligible or applying for service connection. Direct service connection, you got hurt in the service, you're applying for it. Aggravation, you had a pre-existing condition when you went into the service and it got worse because of your service. Presumptive service connection, you served at a certain place at a certain time and you have a certain condition, the VA presumes that is from that service. Secondary service connection, if you are service connected for something and that condition causes something else, then you can apply for service connection. And then there is service connection for injuries caused by VA healthcare. This is for physical and mental health that developed before, during, or after service. So this is some of the slides I have coming up next are some reports on veterans and the benefits that they're receiving. So this is the most prevalent service-connected conditions for World War II era. Hearing loss, number 1. A lot of veterans have hearing loss issues. Tinnitus, post-traumatic stress disorder. So this is World War II era, and they're most service-connected items. And this is for the Korean conflict. You see hearing loss is at the top again. Tinnitus also, PTSD, residuals of cold injury. That's much more prevalent in the Korean conflict than in any other conflict that I've worked with. We have Vietnam era. So tinnitus and hearing loss flip there, but still hearing is right up there at the top. PTSD is up there for Vietnam era as well. Diabetes mellitus, that's a presumptive condition if you served in Vietnam. So that's where that's there. And so is coronary artery disease. Those are presumptive conditions if you served in Vietnam. So that's why they're up there like that. Gulf War era, this is August 2nd, 1990 till present. Tinnitus being number 1. I thought this was interesting that the knee is second here. I also wonder if as the Gulf War era veterans get a little older, if their hearing is going to start to be moved up. And peacetime, tinnitus and hearing loss, 1 and 2. So those are both very prevalent for every veteran. There's a lot of veterans that have tinnitus or hearing loss. So this is DIC. This is the veteran passed away from something that their service caused. 35 and under, thankfully, there's a lot fewer of those. And as you see, they move up. The 57 to 75 range, I would say, is Vietnam era. Maybe that's why that's the highest number. And these are veterans pension recipients. The other pension, that is old pension and Section 306 pension programs. Anyone applying now, we have the improved pension. They can't apply for that older type of pension, which is why that's such a huge disparity there in the different types. The special monthly pension, that's the aid and attendance or the housebound that enhances that pension for you if you need more assistance. So 58,112 veterans receiving aid and attendance for FY 23. This is all veterans pension recipients split by gender. 141,000 males and 1,405 female veterans. That was an interesting statistic for myself, female veteran. In periods of service, you see the Vietnam era is our 110,977. And look at the amount paid annually. I mean, the VA is really trying to take care of our wartime veterans. Well, all veterans. And you can see here the Vietnam era is the highest recipients of veterans pensions. So this chart shows the distribution of the number of veterans by period of service. The purple bars is new recipients, and the yellow bars are the veterans that were receiving at the end of the fiscal year. So unfortunately, World War II is shrinking just because they're older. All survivors' pensions recipients and estimated annual payments by type of pension. So there's that other pension again, which is the old pension and the Section 306 that you cannot apply for anymore. And then the improved pension, the 104,173 recipients of that. And it tells you the estimated how much these people are getting a year from the veteran or from the VA, and monthly. And then it goes to show you the difference with aid and attendance and with housebound. So, and this is breakdown by gender and by period of service. So 35 survivors from World War I still receiving survivor's pension. I was kind of amazed by that. So this is hard to see. I hope you can see it better than I can. Can you see it okay, Dana? But
Yes.
this is the amount of veterans that are receiving compensation. The top box, the second box is for pension. And it also tells you how much estimated total amount it paid annually for compensation, for pension, for education, 15,589 participants in education benefits, insurance, life insurance, home loans, and veterans readiness and employment participants. That is a education program through the VA as well. It's a little different than your GI Bill. The GI Bill you get for your service, the RNE you can be eligible for based on if you're service connected or not. And Ohio veterans programs. Ohio has a lot of veterans programs. For our elder veterans, these are the most used state programs. The Ohio Veterans Home for Wartime Veterans, there are two, one in Sandusky, one in Georgetown. Homestead exemption, that is on your property taxes. You may be eligible for a homestead exemption. High school diplomas for wartime veteran and spouse. If that veteran quit high school to join the military, they can get a high school diploma now. They can get it from where they live or from where they would have graduated if they would have finished. I think it's a really cool program. Free hunting and fishing license, free license plates, veterans ID cards. Benefits counseling. That's what we do here. That is huge. And it also is something that should not just be done once because the VA is ever changing. So if you've had a benefits counseling, it's been a couple years, come back in and see us and let us see if there's anything opened up for you. I like the little puzzle pieces. And we are on Facebook and Twitter or X, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, and our website. And we have been serving those who served since 1886. And that's it.
Thank you so much. It was all really helpful information. I I always wonder when someone's preparing to go for an appointment with you all, what should they have prepared, like with them paperwork wise?
So if they have their discharge paperwork,
Mhm.
really that is the best start for us.
Okay.
That gives us an indication of what they might be eligible for, which we should be looking at.
Mhm.
Um, if they don't have it, we can assist them in getting it. But if you have it and you're coming in for benefits counseling, bring that. That's really the most important thing to start with. And
Okay.
then once we get into that benefits counseling, we can tell you like, oh, okay, well, we need this from you or that from you. But that first initial appointment, if you have your discharge, bring it. If not, we'll help you get it.
Okay, that's great.
Mhm,
And in regards to like a spouse, especially who's a surviving spouse,
mhm.
and are there any guides for income guidelines as to what qualifies as the limited income, or do you just
Yeah,
encourage
yes,
them to?
there's actually figures. There's
Oh, okay.
actually, yes, and it is an offset program. So,
Okay.
um, yeah, it's income based. If you make a certain amount of money and the pension is worth this amount of money, they'll make the difference up.
Okay.
Does that make sense? It
It
being
does.
offset? Okay.
Yeah. So if someone calls in and asks generally, like, I have this amount of income, would you all say, well, it's still good to come in, or can you tell someone
Yes.
kind of, okay, okay.
Yes, because there are some costs that people have
Mhm.
that the VA considers for
Okay,
pension claims. So
okay,
definitely, yes.
okay. That's good to know. And I love seeing the statistic of how many veterans we have here in Ohio. I didn't realize that we were so high up there in the numbers.
Yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
yeah.
And thank you for your service, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, I don't think I have any other questions, but I really appreciate all of this information and the detailed presentation that you provided. Our whole goal here is to give caregivers a place to start from, because I think once you have some background information, it's a little less scary to follow up with an organization such as yours to ask about benefits.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank
Yes.
you very much. And I'll end the recording here and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Dana.
You're welcome.